Loraine Kasprzak, welcome to my living room.
Hey, it's great. I'm so glad to be here or there.
I know, right? Where are you calling in from?
I'm actually in my kitchen because there's no sun out today and this was the brightest room. So this is where I am.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of people call in from their kitchen.
Yeah, it just seems to be a little bit, the lighting's better. I
Yeah.
actually tried 3 different rooms and this was what worked. So
Well, before we dive into yourself and the services that you're providing here while we're all stuck in quarantine, how are you handling this pandemic?
it's very interesting. I've always been home based, so I didn't have the trauma. And I'm seeing a lot of people who are like totally, they don't know what to do in terms of setting up a routine and setting up an office. A lot of people, I'm in my kitchen now, but I'm here myself. A lot of people would have little kids around, so they'd be trying to work from home. That part was easy for me. I've been here, I've run Advantage Marketing for 23 years. It's always been home based. So I've had the home office. The interesting thing for me, so after 9/11, my business tanked. As a marketing consultant, nobody wanted to do any marketing. The business tanked. This time around, it's very interesting because a lot of businesses understand they have to go digital and they have to do their marketing and they have to do client outreach remotely. So that means they have to, have the right messaging on their website, on their emails or social media. So I'm actually doing a lot of crisis communications for companies that understand, and nonprofits as well, who understand they need to reach their customers and their donors. So it's I feel like every week is at risk, but so far I've been really busy, and I signed one client right before lockdown, and we went into the city. My partner and I went into the city to meet with that client. So, it's again, it's up and down. You just never know from one day to the next what's going to happen.
Well, I think you've touched on a few good points because everybody is understanding the importance of going digital. Now everybody's not as scared of digital.
Yes.
They're learning how to use Zoom. They're learning how to utilize their social media platforms. I know people like you and I, for years, we've been preaching, you got to get online, and people were resistant, and now everybody's forced to, and it's really important. Imagine not having the internet during this time.
Yeah, and some people don't. I mean, I think we're very fortunate, and I'm very grateful that we live in an area where we have very good internet service. And as a matter of fact, because I have the whole house on a business account, we actually get priority service. So if there's any problems, they come to us first, which is But yeah, I mean, I think it's important, and to have that service to be able to connect, for your business, but also for your family too.
I see on LinkedIn that you're providing a lot of free tools for people
Yes.
to get through that time. Talk to me about some of those offerings.
Yeah, so one of the things I'm doing at our first EEI call, so there were about 25 small business owners, business executives on that call. And we went around the room, so to speak, and everyone talked about what their situation was. And it struck me how many people, for example, the family law attorney, or the guy who delivers, Andy Anapol, who delivers coffee to corporate, corporate offices, their business is at zero. They have absolutely no business coming in. So I got off that call and I said to myself, what can I do, to kind of help out? So I created a mastermind group, a marketing mastermind group, and we've got about 6 people. It's actually starting this afternoon. I'm working with Amy Gideon from Tag Online, and she and I are just, trying to get people acclimated to, what are clients, what are potential customers thinking now? What do they need from you? And how do you go about providing that? What's your messaging supposed to be? What should your website say? And how should you make all these pieces work together? So we're gonna do that. And we're doing that free. Like I said, I think we have about 7 EEI members signed up for that. So it's I think going to help it. It's going to help all of us, just to talk about it and not just to be worried about how many people died this week. Just to do something positive.
Do you have to belong to EEI to join the group?
Well, this go around, yes. But if there are people who are interested, Amy and I are planning on rolling it out beyond EEI. So there's definitely opportunities for that.
Who knows? Maybe this will become another revenue stream for you.
I'm a person who likes to look at things very positively, like what good can come out of this. So I think that if this becomes another revenue stream, I'd be thrilled. I've already started taking some one-on-one coaching clients.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
What do you do in the one-on-one sessions?
So, we kind of start from where the client is. If they've identified particular needs, or, they want to get to a certain place, we look at that gap and see what, from a marketing perspective, what do they need to do to get there. I'm also helping someone who was laid off 2 years ago. And fortunately, he did get a package, so he's financially secure, but he wants to start a consulting and coaching practice. And so I'm helping him because, I've been a consultant for 23 years. I can kind of tell folks the ins and outs of starting a practice. So we have great phone calls. I mean, he's a pleasure to work with. And he's just, we're working through, what does his point of view have to be, especially today? What's the messaging? How's he going to communicate out to his audience? And, a lot of it is, how does he use LinkedIn? How does he integrate his website into that? How does he really drive engagement?
Where can people find out more about you?
So probably the easiest thing to do is to go to my website or LinkedIn profile.
Okay, great. And then finally, you had an unexpected guest from Botswana. Did I read that right?
Yes.
What's that all about?
So my younger son goes to Marist, and, there was a lot of uncertainty. All the universities and schools closed. One day they were open and they kept saying, well, spring break will be an extra week. So spring break was 2 weeks long. Dan comes home, he had to leave. He was getting kicked out of the dorms finally. He calls me up, he says, Mom, my friend Ruby from Botswana, she's just going to stay with us for 2 days, until she can get a flight to LA where her auntie lives. I said, okay, fine, no problem. 3 weeks later, we're like, Ruby, it's time. You need to go. You need to go to your aunt's house. But we felt, so bad for her because she literally, but the borders of Botswana are closed. She cannot go home to see her family. She's got family in Kenya, but if she goes to Kenya, then she's worried about getting back to go to school in the fall. So.
So how did she get home if the borders were closed?
She's not. She went to LA. We put her on a flight Easter Sunday to LA. So she's got an aunt there.
In LA?
She's got an auntie in LA.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Why didn't she go to LA first?
She was only supposed to be with us 2 days, but who knows?
Did she introduce any cool recipes?
She made chapati.
Okay.
And we talked about, because I'm a big foodie, so we talked about what did they cook, and she loves food too. So it was actually lovely. She'd help me cook dinner, and she was very eager to learn. And we talked about different spices that she used, and and her family growing up. So it was really a lot of fun having her here.
Do you think your son is going to go back to living at Marist in the fall?
Clearly, everyone is concerned about social distancing, the virus coming back. But I mean, the plans are, he did put in his housing requests. I think that was yesterday or today he put in housing requests. So.
Okay, good. Well, I hope for them, because it's so hard to learn from home, and it takes the fun out of college.
Exactly. And he is on whatever they use, Snapchat. He's on quite frequently with his friends. And he actually has, he tutors students in discrete mathematics.
I don't even know what that means.
Me either. I have no clue. So he tutors other students remotely, but you're right. There's nothing, what it was like, when you were at school. You didn't want to be doing it from home.
No, I would have been so upset to not be out and with my friends. Second semester senior year, though, that was a beast. I wouldn't have minded it then, but.
Exactly. Yeah. That's when you're kind of like done with the dorm living, and you're like, I need to get out on my own. And if that means I'm going home and sleeping for weekends, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Well, this is so fun. I'm happy you came to my living room.
Yes, I'm thrilled to see you, and I hope everything is well with you. Is family healthy?
Everybody's healthy, thank God.
Good.
Thank God.
Yeah.
I just hope that we can emerge from this safely, and that this will be gone by the time we all can go back to normal, whatever that new normal is going to be.
Exactly, and that's the hard thing. And like I said, it changes from day to day, and nobody knows.
Nobody knows. All right. Well, thank you so much. I'll talk to you soon. Tell everyone at EI said hi.
I will. I'll tell them I was talking to you.
Yes, absolutely.
Thanks.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.
You too. Bye.